Okay, how's it going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's Jamie and Hannah. It's Saturday, our great pre-show. Today we're just gonna take a tour, a really quick walk. We have customer. I'm just gonna be in here for a second. You guys can come back in. Thank you. We have Hannah here. We decided to do just a quick tour. Like I said, don't ask names because it'll create a lot of work for us. But anyway, that just tour real quick. This is what our greenhouse 18, part of our showroom, but we're in a mess of cleaning again. We're forever cleaning. So usually at open house, we have the plant either in bloom or a picture, and things are in a row. So when you come to the nursery, you could, hopefully, depends on the time of the day, a year, we have it in rows. And please always double check the tag with the picture or the plant, because people will take it and move it around. We don't want you to grab the wrong plant. Anyways, and if you're from out of town, never been here before, please order on the website and just put on a note that says pick up at the nursery. When you get here, pick it up, sign it, and we'll refund your freight. Okay, we do not pull on demand because there's so many greenhouses. It's very hard, and obviously, you know, we have orders every day. So, yeah, please, we'd love for you to visit. Whatever you see an add-on, we're more than happy to help you. But if you have a pre-order, the best to just order online. So let's just take a walk and see what's going on in here. I guess these are Akrandia crosses. This is how you're gonna get all different color. These are NF number. NF number is ceiling, so you're gonna get from a light color to a super dark to some of the pearlic that I find for you guys. See, the NF number is great. If you have a lot of them to pick from, it's perfect. But if you're trying to buy the one, we're not going to know what color is going to bloom. So you take your chances. And what everybody's liking about Jamie's jumper is what you see is what you get. And obviously I picked the best of the cross or the selection of that day. And I will always look for root system. There's a few checkpoints for Jamie's jumper. It's the root system has to be perfect. Foliages have to be perfect. The flower has to be unusually extreme size or color or pearlic. So when you go pick a plant, you want to make sure your root system is great, because that'll give you the strong plant to give you more flowers and blooming. Okay, you could take that. I guess these are, when I pull them, I always pull them mature, extreme mature. Like this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spikes. Root system is wonderful, but pretty much everything out of here should have good root system. Okay, so let's just do a quick walk, and we could go back to the blooming house. I do want to show you the dendrobium are in season. I think Norman talked about that last week. Oh, I love this cross. Has a really super dark orange lip. And the path is in season. I can't believe there's a couple of complex path already. Maybe we'll take this for a jumper. This is what I look for. This has got 1, 2, 3. I think 3, 4 new growth for next year, and it's kind of early for a complex or late, whichever you want to think. And then you got the Madia type. The difference between a Madia and a complex, the Madia with the spotted leaf, you grow well with the Phalaenopsis inside. The solid leaf is a complex, which is more of a cool growing bulldog type. That'll take the cooler temperature. So you could grow that outside.
It's a Herald type.
It's a Herald type?
Herald likes those.
Oh yeah. Harold's a path guy. He's a path god. Okay. And these obviously is my favorite. I think, Roger, we have like 5 of these at home, from 4 ends to 2 ends. but I just love the sheen. See this? And we have it under Jeff's light. It just blooms all the time. It's always have at least one flowers on it. See the size different? And then I have one much smaller too. It's just like a size of
So
a...
the one on the left is the 2N then, and the one on the right is the 4N.
Yeah. And I don't know what the super small one is. I don't know what that cross. Remember, business major here. And we're mounting stuff. Everybody loves to mount stuff. And then we got Eric's famous nylon. Remember the nylon pantyhose, Sudiana. Do we have anybody on?
Yes.
And that's the one he did the airplane. What we're showing you is what we have for the Phil Fanatic Symposium when Eric did a 30-minute mounting job.
30-minute pantyhose job.
Pantyhose job. When are we having our Phil Fanatic
November 15th.
So November 15th.
Ask the experts.
Oh yeah, November 15th we're having a Q&A section with Brandon from Huntington and Norman from obviously Norman's Orchids, and it's all free for the Phil Fanatic.
For all paid members.
All paid members. So that's another perk. So you might want to sign up. philfanatic.com and you get to. We're having 2 free.
One in November and one in December.
Yeah, one in November for the Q&A. One in December is Norman's talking about the Harlequin for free, right?
Both of them are free. Yeah,
Both of them
for
are
all
free.
paid members.
Yeah, all paid members. So I think you guys should go on this side, and I'll go on this side. And everybody should have a workstation. It's a mess right now. Clippers, wires, you know, stacks of bamboo, Jamie's water, a trash can. I don't know. Oh, the blow torch is there. So, I mean, it's a mess right now because I was trying to get all the jumpers spiked up. So you would have obviously everything you need: wires, twist ties, clippers. These are what I like the best. My custom wire that you could buy 3 for 10. I'm not sure. And then bamboos. And of course you got all your clippers here. And don't forget you need a torch to sterilize your clippers. So we're actually in the bloom house. We're in the bloom house. Remember about a month ago we were completely out and clean. We're restocked for the holiday coming up. So you can just go around and see the colors. You guys can take it from here. Just whatever color you want to see.
We're able to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
You can still hear my voice. Can you guys smell the scent in here? It's a mixture of a whole bunch of different flowering plants. And then if you stop at that perlic section.
These are really deep
Yeah,
red.
see if you can focus on the regular one and the perlic one. I must have gathered like 50 plants of the perlic ones. I'm not going to hog it for Jamie's jumper. I'm going to have Norman create a number just for the perlic one. He'll announce it. Then you could order this with your orders. Because we do have, I segregated. I have a whole section of perlic. See, it's all roped up. These are all roped up for the VIP. Only the VIP customer will be able to buy the perlic. It will be on the website. So Norman will announce it. Create a number just for the VIP group. See, I got 1, 2, 3, about over 50 plants just for the VIP group. We're trying to take care of you guys. Yep. Then we have a lot of marvelous right now. This is really big on Eric's gift baskets. And here we go. Here's a newbie. Roger could probably take it closer in front of you, Roger. Here. This is a Bigfoot, Flatfoot, whatever you want to call it. Charming Prince Lee. Whoa. Yeah, I think this on the website's either 28 or 35. We heard somebody in the East Coast is selling this for 35. Oh no, I'm sorry, 100. No, we're selling it for 28 to 35. Somebody East Coast is selling this for 100. We got this straight from the breeder, so not going through middlemen and charge you $100.
That's 100 without flower.
Oh
Not
yeah.
in flower.
See, I don't even know. 100 without flowers, and ours is in spike. And look at the foliage and the root system. Yeah, order these fast. I think these are going out.
I think this is all there is.
Yes. I guess people find out ours is like 1/5 of the price. But anyways, so behind us, we have the oxblood, the really dark. If you under the right light, it actually has a sheen or a dust. We call it the diamond dust. I'm not sure if you could capture it. We don't have the natural sunlight in here. It's kind of cloudy in here, isn't it? So if you're under the right light, you'll see actually a shimmer of a, we call it diamond dust.
It looks velvety.
It is velvet, but when you're outside,
velvety.
you'll have an extra sheen. Whenever you see anything with diamond dust on it, it's guaranteed to last a little bit longer. So you guys could keep that in mind when you shop.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for Christmas. You don't need to get poinsettias this year. You can do orchids.
We might be gone. We sold out before Christmas. But it will last till Christmas. I think this is my new favorite. I don't know what it is. I walked home and there's a whole bunch of these in spike. MC24. Phil? Oh. Yeah, we're gonna walk around. I'm just, if I have names, I'll show you. But these are really cool. It's almost remind me of a big flower of a hydrangea. I mean, don't kill me. But anyways, so and you can show a little bit how messy the podcast area is. Can you guys show a little bit of this week's jumper, just how the system works?
What?
You can just shoot from afar. I don't want you to get that close. The jumper is already started on the right hand side of the table toward the end by the swamp cooler. The jumpers are photograph scheduled. The white tags are the number. So when I go pull the plant, it won't take me too long. I know exactly what it is. Thank you, Norman. Turn off the fan. I'm not yelling anymore. Norman it's gonna kill me because this week I have pulled a lot of great jumpers. Yes, Hannah?
Oh, Jamie, what's the number on those red ones there?
Didn't I tell you not to ask numbers and names?
Maybe I want one.
Well, then just get one. I don't have a number.
It's
I don't
not
have
a number. Okay,
it's not an NF number.
I thought it was a number.
Most of these will probably hand.
I think Norman can put numbers on afterwards, right? Norman said he'd put numbers on afterwards.
I don't know. When we do a tour, we try not to make more work, please.
I know. Everybody's
but I
asking.
think, oh, okay. We'll put that one on. So this is what I do. I come home, I smell the flowers, I try to take the flowers off. Wow, that's beautiful. I'm looking at Jeff's iPad to see what I'm looking at. Then I pull weeds, then I check out the root system. Jeff, do you have one of these yet? Oh my god, these are so fragrant. You gotta get help.
Which one is it?
Before I drop Hannah.
It's not the Saint Germain, is it?
Probably is. Oh. No, Sumatra. Violation by Sumatra. This is even better.
I don't think so.
Dude, smell this, guys. Hold on, have Jeff smell it.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have 2 of these at home.
Well, everybody needs one of those.
Everybody needs one. But this is awesome. But except again, if you can shoot closely, Roger, the sugar, the glucose. Can you see? Sorry guys, we're still trying to work with this mobile filming. See this sweetness? So if you guys have it outside, you might attract some bugs. I sometimes just take some water and wash it off or Q-tip it off. it will attract insect because it's sweet. Okay, and then we're sold out on the basket. This is 24 going out Monday. The baskets are sold out again. We have some on back order. I think there's 2 people interested, but yeah, grab your basket. It's really good. You can grow your plants on it and be more spacey for air. I think these are going to Florida. I'm so happy I was able to help members, because this is what I started last year, right, Roger? We did these on the orchid wall because I got so tired of hooking
Just for
wire
yourself.
for myself. Then I showed it doing it on the what is it, on my wood shutter, and then Ernesto, Joy, and everybody just kind of went off on their own and started making their own hooks, which is great. Did you guys shoot everything on this over? You could do it overhead. You could just walk.
Just walk down, I'll follow you. Pretend you're in the orchid jungle.
You are. You have to pretend.
These are some of my favorites. I love these. Look how nice those are. A little splash. The harlequin. Hey, Brian.
Hey guys, I think I just found another jumper. Look at this. How perfect is that? It's either that or be Jamie's jumper. Or a jumper for you. Look at this. Amazing. The flowers are there. The root systems are there. Plants are gorgeous. And the scent is there. This is the good 4 that I usually look for. Hey Hannah, do you want to show them a trick? Hannah? She's like, I'd rather be in camera.
You want to show them next door?
No. Hannah, look, can you ready? Hannah, kiss, kiss. Kiss, kiss, Hannah. Oh, you're gonna embarrass your mama. Kiss, kiss.
Should we show them what's next door?
Kiss, kiss. Yes, we're gonna show them next door. Check this out. I don't even have to put 2 or 3 together. This is an arrangement by itself. Right, Rod? Yeah, we have to turn off the music. Well, turn it down. For the new members, on the left-hand side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 benches. A station. On the right-hand side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 benches, but except on this side we only have 1 walkway because we are on rolling benches. Roger, can you see? And with 1 finger we can roll a bench of, I don't know, hundreds of plants. And these benches cost a lot. I went to some other growers to visit in Oxnard, and when I rolled their bench, the other end of the table fell over and all the plants went on the floor, and I was hysterical. I was really sorry. No, that's all right. It happens once a week. But yeah, we have the state-of-the-art Conley greenhouses, so we get to do these. Just 1 finger. Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I kind of roll my whole hand over. That hurts. But yeah, that's how we save spaces. Unfortunately, if you don't see other people, Auntie's small, so sometimes we'll be rolling and she'll be screaming, I'm here. But anyway, so rolling bench on one side and stationary on the left. And on this side, it's my workstation for design. Everything should be there. And then this is Orchids.com, the gift department. Eric makes them, puts them here. I think Norman started his order. Probably has some gift to go with it. So it gets in here and then the girls will push it to the
These
back.
are orders floating around.
And these are orders starting that if Norman wants to start early on Sunday, which he does, he'll start pulling orders.
that's why it's hard to change them, because the paper gets printed.
Yeah, that's
so then
exactly.
It's not so easy to just add it, because you have to go through and try and find it, and it could be here, there, over there. The
yeah,
next
we
greenhouse.
apologize. It's not like we don't want to help you, but once the orders come in, Karen prints them, because Norman's going to work on it Saturday or Sunday. Then you're thinking, well, I want to give you another order. Why can't you just add it? Because it's all here.
It's on paper.
It's on paper. It's no longer in the office. It's out of the system. So basically, we would have to come back, find your order, and either has to delete it or amend it. So it's actually a whole process. So if you want, just wait till the next order. Add your one plant. This is Eric's station, his workstation for the dog. And this is, I don't know why they just numbered the new greenhouse, I guess, off greenhouse 6. These both sides are on rolling benches. And this room is actually off limits to visitors. So unless you have an appointment or unless you're with somebody. So the first 2 houses are available when you come. And then people get upset because there's probably like, I don't know, 8 other greenhouses around, and then there's another secret one in the back. People expect to be touring the whole thing, but if you don't have an appointment with either Norman or myself, we cannot take you, because it's a tour of, by the time you look at the plant, it's like a half a day worth of time for us. And we don't mind it, but just let us know you're coming. Again, these are rolling benches. Nursery work is never done. See, I come home, I try to help them take the dead flowers off, but look at this. The flowers has already been dead for a while. It's crumpled. Jeff, can you take that flower off? Sorry, I got Tana. Oh, watch out, watch out. And then see, you have a spike came up. So if you have a standard flower spike, when the flower fades, you can either cut it, what we call it, this is called a node. So you got 1, 2, 3 node. You could cut it here when all your flowers is faded. Cut it here. That ideally it's 1, 2, 3 node up. Cut, and maybe you'll get a side branch like this. So you could chance it on the standard. Fail is go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3 node, or just let it naturally. It'll turn into bamboo, or like this one, it started the side branch by itself. But not for the sequential, guys. The sequentials will never cut. Okay? So these are all the standard. See, somebody already cut this. So they'll probably come out from the side. Okay, and then this one, the flower is already crunched, so it's probably been faded for a month. We haven't got to it. So the side branches came up. Any questions about that? How are we doing on time? Oh, we're already over. So real quick here, a real quick tour. Oh, there's more, Jeff. I knew there's another spot. Those fails. This is not the C1, I believe, but this is when I'll come through this house. This week I went to the Forbidden House. That's why the jumpers are so nice. Thank God you didn't take my dendro last week. These are all the Strelianics. Look how beautiful these foliages are. So when I come home, this is what I have to do, is go through and take flowers off. I like it clean. If we have a clean bench, then we have less bugs. But when you pinch flowers off, try not to hold a dog in your hand and try to clip it as close as you can, because otherwise sometimes you'll snap out the whole spike and you'll be really upset with yourself. And these flowers usually I'll float it on a plate, so before they die. Yeah, these are fragrant too. So the sequential flower spikes, you know, even when it looks like there's nothing there, just leave it alone. Hopefully grow it under Jeff's light. Then they'll continue flowering. And I think I added on the jumpers, when I take pictures of sequential flower ones, if it fades before we ship it, it might have to happen. But I think it only happened twice, and I did text these people that the flowers faded. Everybody's like, it's cool because they just wanted to see what the plant's going to flower. So sequentials, don't ever cut anything off unless it turned into a bamboo or, you know, like obviously yellow spike. Then, you know, in the winter time before I used the lights last year, right, Roger? A lot of sequential spike just sat there during the Christmas time because I didn't have enough light in LA. And 2 years ago, we didn't have any light for like 2 months. It was rainy. Okay. And this is actually my very favorite table. It's the scent of these are great. These are the Violacea indigos. As weather are cooling off, the colors are showing off more true for us. Okay, here, I think we talked about this before. This black spot. These are just mold from the moisture. So if you get it, we try to clean, but a lot of time we don't clean it well enough because we're in so much rush. It's just mold, it's not a disease. So just clean it. I think we try to let people know that. Root system will be clean. Okay. These are getting ready for fall. What do you guys think? I have a couple of these on jumpers this week.
They're Halloween colors.
It's Halloween color. And then there'll be Thanksgiving color. Okay, well, here's the education. These are two of the same cross. I got her. Oh. These are the two of the same cross. See how different they are? See it? So somebody might like the left, somebody might like the right. If somehow, but somehow I stand next to Karen sometimes when I was coming home, putting my purses away. There's Karen trying to explain to somebody, it's an NF number. We cannot guarantee which one will be. See the extreme difference in the two? So like I said, this is the beauty of the NF numbers. If you get lucky, you flower. I mean, I like them both. I think I like the coral sensitive, but this one's got the blue lip. Look at that. Can I show the blue lip?
Yeah.
And then this one is pink. So again, you know, that's the beauty of an NF and the downfall of the NF numbers. But without the seedlings, we will never be able to clone any decent plant, right? So for a while, it's all Mariclones, and it's so boring at the greenhouse because...
So an NF number means it's not guaranteed how it's going to turn out.
It could look like the dad. Yeah.
And sometimes it might not be exactly what you want, but you never know unless you get one and try, right? Whereas if you get a Mariclone, they're always going to look the same.
Yes.
You pretty much have it guaranteed. So if you get an MC, it's pretty much guaranteed how it's going to look. So if you want something that looks exactly like the picture, you want an MC. If you want to roll the dice and grow something and you may have a one of a kind, then you get an NF.
Yes, an NF is Norman Fang's seedling. Again, sometimes people call, I hear it again, why is your MC color, the flower is not the same color as your picture? We've been discussing this on the group with the temperature. Joe even took a picture of the dragonfly, how when I sent it to him and how when he had it for 2 weeks in his cooler temperature, it's like having two different plants. So the temperature you have growing in it will dictate the color as well. So we try to make people understand that you are controlling it. We try to send you an MC number, but we cannot help the temperature. It's not like we sent you the wrong plant, but if you put it in a cooler area, the color does change. So we all have to learn this because we're in a warm area. And when I sold it to Joe, I said, look, yours going to turn more blue when you just let it put it in a cool area. And that did demonstrate what I was telling him. And luckily he believed me and bought it anyways, but actually he got it before anybody. We're not even released the dragonfly. But anyway, so here's another demonstration of what NF number will give you. It'll be a surprise. If you don't like surprises, let Jamie pick them for you, and then you buy what you see. And when the Jamie's jumper, the plants is always bigger. Anyways.
Well, look, Brian's been busy. Look at all the tags. Look at all the process he's done.
No, that's not Brian.
That's not Brian?
Uh-uh.
That's Norman?
That's a collaboration of Aaron, Norman, myself. Hey, don't show too much of the tag. We don't want people to see. Oh, good. They're all facing the wrong way.
So all the tags are
the
crosses you guys are doing for the next maybe 5 years. You'll see.
Remember before I said we do code number? Since this house is off limit, we have the crosses right on there. So we don't have anybody come in here.
You can't read them from here.
No, I know. I just realized that. But look at this, guys. Look at some of these new colors. Salmon colors. And look at those blues.
That's one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I love those.
Okay. I think our section should be ending now. Norman's probably waiting for us. Or you guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you very much. I'm going to stay here and play.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. I'll see you guys over there.
Norman, you're up.
Norman,
Auntie.
ready?
Am I ready? I'm always ready. Let me take hours ago. Is Jamie still on?
No, she's not.
Are we still on right now?
Yes, you're on. We're with
You're on camera. You're on camera.
I'm Smile. Smile. I call on camera. These are the colorful tattoos.
Is she adult yet?
8 months. All right, Norman, your turn.
Kiss, kiss. Am I on?
You're on.
Hello. Where's Jamie?
It's coming.
Annabelle. Say hello.
Okay, you're on.
Okay. Hello. My name is Norman Fang, and today we're going to talk about the miniature cattleyas. And again, Andrew Chen brought me his collection of mini cat for me to critique. Miniature cattleyas is wonderful. I think one of my mentors called it a term called teacup orchid. And some of the miniature, you can actually put it in the teacup for the decoration. And Andrew happened to have one of the species that contribute to miniature cattleya, and this is Sophananis cassinia. And for those of you, this will be a challenge for you if you live in Florida or hot weather area or Arizona. Cassinia is Sophananis cassinia itself is a cool grower. So if you want to grow this, make sure you grow it in the house, okay, with an air condition. They do not like to have day temperature about 85 degrees, but they love the cold. They can be down to about 40 degrees, no problem. So this is a species that contribute to a lot of what we call the miniature, the initial miniature cattleya, the SLC type. This is the one that have been growing a lot. Believe it or not, this is actually this one does not have cassinia in the background, but it does have another cousin of cassinia called Sonora. And Sophananis sonora is yellow, orange, but it's different than the cassinia. It's more heat tolerant. So if you want something for more heat tolerance, I grow this plant outdoor, an inlet in Redland in San Bernardino, and it is went through the when we have 108 degree, and it still flower outdoor. And so if you are at the northeast, northwest, Cassinia itself is okay. They like pure water, so Andrew said he bought it in the reverse osmosis water. So do your research, okay? And this is a perfect example. I always like to Andrew to bring some of his plant because Andrew, you go this outdoor, right? Or in the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is right now. I like miniature Cattleyas, and this is still what we consider probably the biggest for the miniature type. Miniature.
Go any bigger than that.
Yeah, that's right. Miniature now is more than Cassinia now. They've been crossed with a lot of species that Akrandia, even epidendron. You see here, epidendron here. So the definition of the miniature in the 70 and 80 is a lot of primarily Sophonitis, Ladia, Cattleyas, SLC. But now they even cross with the Akrandia type. This is the perfect example of what we call Akrandia Hybrid.
And it's spotted.
It is spotted. This is the perfect example. This is the fall is come. This is the fall, and this is the time. Do you mind, Eddie?
No.
Okay. See, this is where you do the house cleaning. Okay, you start trimming off all the previous one from spring, even all the way to the back here. And then Andrew, you probably didn't notice there's some old spot of the old scale. So this is the time to. They're probably dead already. When the scale is it's actually, I can see some old scale. It's actually good to just simply cut them off, because a lot of the time the scale might come back from there.
Okay, yeah.
So
Can you wash your hands?
I have problems with scale.
No, but I said you have to
It's
wash
the-
your hands now.
It's the old backbone. This is why I always have the correct wipe. So you can wipe your hand in between the plant, because I just touch the sap, and if the plant have virus, the sap will be coming from my hand, and virus is a protein. So if I rub it from one plant and I rub it on another plant, you can get infected in 2 hours, just like that. The virus transmission is a lot faster than people think. So I will have another session on virus, okay? But I also have a lot of. I always like this automatic, because you can turn on and off. And the framing the tool is not just the framing the tool. It's best to really dry them out. The only way to kill virus is the best treatment is actually the heat. So I always have a lot of several one of them. And then I can let this one cool in between. Okay, I'm gonna use another one being creamed before. So Andrew, this is actually pretty good. With the spotting, this one should flower come in the spring again. And Andrew, do you mind? I'm gonna trim off it. You see here, they still have some. The scale is dead, but it still has a physical. It's all the backbone. And since you had the scale is dead, I don't want to be there, because sometimes it might come back again. So this is the time I just take out the old sheet, and I notice that the old scale here. So Andrew, if I did not take out this is why the scale still live in the suitable here.
Oh, okay.
Because no matter how you spray, the sheet earlier is actually protect the scale.
Oh, okay.
So this is why you take out the wipe earlier,
Okay.
and this scale is still live.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems with it.
Okay. So what Andrew should do is
Take out the sheet.
take out all this clean sheet, okay, and then get an alcohol, and then spray and spray and spray. Other than that, it's doing well. It's in
What do I do with the new growths?
huh?
What do I do with the 2 new growths?
Leave it there.
Leave it there? Okay.
Or I can pinch back for you.
No, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
No. The reason being, okay, you go this outdoor, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
In the greenhouse outdoor.
Summer outside, and then in the winter. Well, last winter I just left it outside.
Yeah. Well, you have a decision. If you leave this shoot right now, this is no October, so it could be December. It's gonna go to the winter.
Yeah.
Outdoor. So you're gonna have a what I call because our weather here is really strange. So what you can do is do an experiment. Since you have 2 grow, right?
Yeah.
Pinch back one of them.
Okay.
Okay. So that way, let this one flower. Okay. And then that way you can delay. Then this one, I might should delay the flower for another month. So you're gonna have this one flower maybe January, and then this one will be coming up for March, May. But I bet you're gonna have better flower count because this have Akrandia in the background for the spring. Better flower, yeah. Okay, so pinching the eye is one way to delay the flower if you want to delay for the show. But a lot of time, I think this one hybrid. I don't want to pinch both of them off because Andrew should have a flower in January. But it's actually will do a disservice to the plant itself for this hybrid. It's better than to let it flower in the springtime.
Yeah.
When it's longer day and warmer temperature. But just do experiment. But by pinching the spike off, I'm delaying. They will have another new shoot coming out, but the new shoot will be coming out for flower in March, April.
Yeah.
When you have longer day. Okay. Other than that, so Andrew, you just need to go home and clean this up.
Okay.
Okay. And then another one he brought.
And this one never flowered. I don't know why.
You know what? The rule is if you don't flower in one location, and I can tell from the leaf, this is the BLC change of location. Right now, I've been to Andrew's house before. You can put it in the full morning sun.
Okay.
If my theory is, even in a greenhouse, if it did not flower in one location, I don't care where it's in Florida, you go under light, you go window sill. If it did not do well in there, hey, maybe it's a feng shui. Didn't have the right spot. Just move it. Move it to, in this case, Cattleyas can do more light.
But
Just give them more light.
There's one coming up though.
Huh?
There's one coming up.
Yeah, but there's no sheet in here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it does. It has an empty sheet.
Andrew, now that he touches it,
This is outdoor. This is go outdoor.
Outdoor, yeah.
This is outdoor.
Yeah.
For outdoor, a little bit dark green. It should.
Okay.
For outdoor, I like to see even more brighter yellow,
Okay.
brighter green. So it's just judging from the color. It might. I bet you you have a sheet but no flower or no bud, probably did not have enough light. Just move it to your as much light as possible. And then Andrew and I talked about this earlier. He's struggling with this particular one. It's actually getting a little bit better, but even though he's trying to spray Mega Dry, this is the SLC. This is using one of the older Coccinia. The solution with this is, since the spray of Mega Dry did not, it's not fast enough, and it's growing something. I would just get the Mega Dry solution and soak it. And then soak the entire plant with the root, everything. It's very more expensive, but but I think
The flower is orange.
yeah, it's your Coccinia.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the beginner, for mini cat, this is what we call the micro mini. Stay away from Fernandez Coccinia in the background. You want to have a Sonori, which is the orange one. Okay, the cousin, but they're more heat tolerant. So for kind of Coccinia, if you live in Oregon, New Hampshire, perfect. Your greenhouse or your growing area is not warm enough. They're perfect. They are cold tolerance. Okay, so anything with Cassinia is not for beginner. Other than that, I think Android doing good, but I think Android you still need to kind of. I would put all this orchid of yours outdoor, and this is good. It got a new shoe coming out. He repotted it. Just space out and watch out for the scale. Yeah. And you need to go. You make sure to go to a toothbrush, and then if you got neem oil, you can spray neem oil. Fall is here, and fall is actually cooler, and neem oil is good time to spray. Will not worry about the damage on them.
Thank you.
And another one he brought in that's kind of cute is a Brazilian lady, and this is what we call the rock growing. So he's doing he's growing in the rock. So a lot of time when you go Cattleyas, especially species, do your research before you buy them. This is the type of Ladia species from Brazil. They actually grow on the rock and they take full sun. So it's doing really well.
It's heat tolerant. So.
It's very heat. Of course, they can take 100 degrees as long as you let them dry. So the best way for heat up what he's doing.
Semi-full sun.
The semi-full sun and do a clay pot. Okay, I always like clay pot for miniature Cattleyas, especially if you live in like myself in Arizona. The clay pot is gonna keep the root area at least 10 degrees or 15 degrees cooler. Okay, that's good, very good. So again, the fall and winter is time. Andrew, you need to do more house cleaning. I know he's a boy. He just bring me here to let me do it. Okay, but yeah, as soon as the flower finish, this is I always like to look at even not just Phalaenopsis, not just Cattleya. All this I like to see all this is gone. Okay, and some of you might say, oh, this is yellow. That's okay. There's two theories. Some people say, I want to pick it off. I want to cut them off. If you are taking to judging, let's say you have judging for flower, it's good idea to cut them off because for judges, for ribbon judges, they don't want to see yellow leaf. But if it's this particular plant, I would just leave it there because that a lot of time they are sending back the nutrient back to the suitable. And then as they dry out, they have a connection. They seal themselves. Versus if I cut them, then I'm going to create a physical contact and then possible of infection for disease. Oh, jeez. You never clean your plant, huh, Andrew?
I'm a natural grower.
Yeah, right. Okay. It looks much more disciplined. Yeah, but the reason, once I cut this off, that doesn't give the space for a scale or anything else to hide it in there. Okay.
That's a good reason.
Yes. So and then since I touch this plant, so I know this is great. It's always with correct. It's actually will also kill fungus and virus. Okay, and then lastly, you can also use it to wipe out your orchid too. How many of you have grown miniature Cattleyas? Any miniature Cattleyas in your collection? Good. Okay. Good. So miniature Cattleyas is really coming to the picture about in the 80s, and store orchid in San Gabriel, California. When I used to go, when I was in high school, I go there a lot. They're the one that come up with a lot of the earlier bright angel, using a lot of Cassinia. So that's the earlier generation, the mini. Or micro mini, but as in the 70s and 80s, people start using the Akrandia, even the Ladia. Okay, if you like to the species, this is the Ladia Preston. Okay, Preston alba, and this is the plant. Look how cute. This is a mature plant. Okay, so this is Ladia Preston, alba form, one of the rarest one and to have. But look at the Ladia Preston is a wonderful plant, alba strain. Look at the flower every new shoot. And if this strand, they flower twice a year. Okay, so they are using Ladia Preston, and of course, nodosa also contribute a lot of this miniature. This is nodosa, Cattleyas Wakaderiana. Okay, so this is the pink diamond. This is Cattleyas Wakaderiana, but with nodosa, and this. I know it flowered 2-3 times in Florida, in Miami, and and the best part is they also have night fragrance. So now you have all your miniatures coming to more exciting. They start using the Wakaderiana now. Yes, Andrew.
How cold do you let your nodosa go?
Nodosa actually, I grow nodosa outdoor even here.
Okay, perfect.
They can go down to 40.
So
But I let it dry.
Yeah. I
go it in the mass, in the basket, and just let it dry. Okay. So,
Norman, Lisa Douglas is asking a question here. She's asking, so when the sheath doesn't have buds, is it usually because not enough light? Is that a common? Because a lot of people ask this question.
Not enough light. So first of all, you want to talk about the light and also the feeding. The fertilizer is very important. Feeding it, garbage in, garbage out. Some people just because the label says orchid fertilizer does not mean they are really good for orchid fertilizer. And I think some of the previous talk I have, and when I was in school, I did a lot of research on the fertilizer, and because and to be honest, a lot of the fertilizer companies, because my previous major was chemistry, and guess what? A lot of this so-called formulation, they don't even grow orchid. Some of my college, my lab classmates, the PhD, they really focus on doing research, but they don't even grow plant. So you have to have. This is why I'm sort of become kind of interesting, because I'm coming from the horticulture aspect and also the basic research science background from the basic research. I kind of merge. A lot of time the fertilizer, for example, there is a section of fertilizer, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There's for example, with my own formulation, we don't use urea in there. A lot of time you might think that you feed in 20-20-20 or 30-10-10 or whatever the percentage of nitrogen, but if the formulation maybe is urea base, guess what? The urea got to have a bacteria in the soil to break it down to nitrate and make it available for orchid. So maybe you're underfeed a lot of stuff. So it's the question and answer can be a lot more complicated. So Lisa, you have to understand, go through the list. The light is usually the first number one, suspicious. The second thing is what you feed them. Okay, you might be overfeeding too much nitrogen, so you got a lot of growth, but no flower, because they are what you feed them to do. Okay, and so now you also have to do. People also doing a lot of this epidendron. So this is the one that one of the things I like about this. This is, believe it or not, this is half Sophanalis free spirits, and this half Coccinea in the background.
Oh.
Yeah, but so your miniature Cattleyas not just your small plant anymore. So with Coccinea and Cotorans and the epidendron, this one have the heat tolerance epidendron. So Rene Marquette, I got this particular one, for example, and the cooler the weather, you got almost a sugar cane. The cane get darker, so it's very ornamental. This hybrid is actually made in Japan, and like a cluster
How
of
far
frog.
is it?
Not here. Yeah, because it's 100%. The redneck market can be taller, but they cross with sophonetic free spirit. Okay. I bought this one as an example. Okay, so this is red pearl. Okay, this is another one. This is outdoor. Okay, so what you do right now is get a green one. Okay, this is the one we go to. It's queen pull off. You see the sheet here. This particular plant always for Christmas. So the sheet is ready. But what I need to do is, a lot of times you go outside, and this can be Miami. This is natural. It could be have an infection. So this is the time you really want to cut them all the way down here. You see here, it's cut it right here. Cut it all the way down to the base. Okay. And then it will have emerging. So make sure you cut this off because the infection started here and it's going down this way. If I don't cut this off, the infection will be go from because they're coming in the right zone. So it's gonna go down and eventually it's gonna cut it, everything is gonna go up. But the reason, luckily, the infection sort of stopped here because remember, every weekend, once a month, we use 5 cents, a teaspoon per gallon as a disinfectant. So 5 cents as a preventative it have killed or stopped the fungus infection at this point. So all we need to do is just make sure we cut them off because you never know because next infection if we have the winter's coming with a cold stress, you might have even more problem. Okay. And you can feel something. Take it to the light.
Yep, I can see it.
I can see the sheet in here. Okay, so this will be ready for Christmas. And now, because I grow this variety very well, and then sometimes if I don't want to let them flower Christmas, I can simply just pinch this off, and then the new growth coming up for Valentine's Day. Yeah, so this is how we as a nurseryman, we can, trying to time it, yes, you can time your orchid for us for particular holiday. A lot of time, let's say if I have a lot of this variety, and I know I can only sell X number for Christmas, then I would go to get my staff and get, okay, pull away 50 plant, and then just pinch the flower bud. I'm gonna pinch it to show you how. You don't want just, okay, first of all, you take out this, okay? But there's another sheet here. You want to take it all the way down here. You see here? There's still a growing tip, so make sure you just pinch back, and I actually destroy the growing tip here. So no more flower, because if you just pull it back, the flower bud will keep forming. But if I destroy the growing apical meristem here, this is the flower bud, I simply destroy already. So then they will not have flowers. So a lot of the time, pinching the back doesn't really guarantee you, especially for miniature type of, I know this one here because this one had Akrandia in the background. Akrandia have a lot of flowers. So it's not like a big cattleyas only have 2 flowers or 4 flowers. So by cutting them back, okay, now the energy is not going to from here anymore. They're gonna channel through the next growth, and then I'm gonna have something for Valentine's Day. So a lot of time we do this a lot. We do that because sometimes at Christmas time, maybe people have more choice for red phalaenopsis. So this is a trick that is up to you. And I do this a lot. You can also judge yourself. A lot of times, let's say the plant is going to flower, but the plant condition, the root system may be not good enough. But you don't. So but you don't have time, or the weather is not permit you to repot them. So, like, cut off the flower spike, it's actually not going to stress out the plant in the winter time. So that way you can repot the plant in the following spring when it's long day, shorter night, and then repot it. So it's, this is all the tip that you as a grower, you can. That's what we do. Make the decision right now in the fall, in the winter. Okay. Are we doing okay?
Great.
Here's another. I love this one here. This is the red lantern. Okay, we're gonna use this for the show and tell. Now this one here is I bought this from Asia. I love this one. If this twice a year. This is what I call the modern red. Stay small. And picture this. They must spike in the middle of the hot weather at 95 degrees in a greenhouse. No problem. They still have red flower. Traditionally, red is the most not as heat tolerant, but this one is very good. This is a Tokushima. It's actually from Japan. There's a nursery called Tokushima in Japan. They do a lot of this red hybrid. They're in Tokyo. Now, Tokyo, Japan is hot in the summertime, so he does a lot of great ground breeding with heat tolerance red cattleyas. So this is a result with the of the Tokushima, the Japanese line breeding. What I like about the Japanese line breeding is the red is more heat tolerance, and they always have multiple growth. And this variety, red lantern, there's a better picture on a photograph. In the springtime, it just covered with flower. Okay, so here, perfect. And this traditionally, it's a little bit early because for some reason we have heat wave. But traditionally, this variety always flower for April, May, for Mother's Day, and for Thanksgiving. So if you like red, this is a good one to have. Look how husky the plant. Wow, look at this. That's what I love about this red lantern. It's a very small plant. It's a very disciplined. You don't the plant, unlike the species parent of Coccinea, which is kind of like this. When I said disciplined, mean you don't even need to spike the leaf. They go upright. Okay, so because as a nurseryman, we don't have time to stage the plant, to spike and to groom them. Okay, they have to do their own stuff. And then another good heat tolerance. This one here, for example, I love this. Believe it or not, half of this is Toshi Oki. Toshi Oki is a big yellow cattleya bred by Miyamoto at Hawaii. So this is called Angel Kiss. And what the wonderful thing is, Angel Kiss is half Coccinea. But look at how many flowers. The flower is beautiful. It is twice a year. You can flower this easily in Miami, in South Florida. It is heat tolerant because Toshi Oki have Cattleya Doriana in the background. So look at the flower count. Okay, so wonderful, wonderful plant. This is a plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have a lot of choice with the Cattleya, and another even so all kind of color now that by this modern hybrid. This is one of my this one is called Creation. Again, another Japanese hybrid that I will import from Japan. Look how robust. Okay, versus some of the older one, like Andrew. Like some of the older one. Like this, okay. Sometimes the older one, maybe sometimes Andrew, if he didn't make it for this year, just retire them. Give it to somebody else who might can grow them. You had it for 5 years.
Why would you give it to us?
No, but maybe just give it to somebody else.
I've been growing it warm. So
Yeah, if you're going warm, so this is why if you did not like the area, the way you grow them, total changes.
So if by like
Yeah.
middle next year.
Yeah, but start with something with the newer hybrid. Okay, some of the newer hybrid. Look at this. I love the way it's suitable. And this is actually have the half of the parent, Portanara.
Oh, okay.
It's a Johnson Scotty hybrid, made in Miami.
Oh.
Believe it or not, a Portanara hybrid. So you start using the Portanara is sort of a BLC, but Bryce Canyon type onto the miniature one. So this is what we call intermediate type. It's not miniature anymore, but the more intermediate give you big flower. And the flower, this one here, for example, the creation, flower twice a year. The springtime get a cluster. That's why they go to one of the person he did an internship from Japan, and he did an internship at Johnson Scotty in Miami. So when he brought the Portanara back to Japan, so he make a lot of hybrid. So here you go. He has some of the best from the Miami for heat tolerance, and something cold tolerance from Japan. So here we go. So always for me on the miniature cattleya, if the grow habit is very critical for me, and I also look for, if you look at, if it's like the orchid show, if you see every shoot have flower, you see here the old mark, the been cut, every shoot have a mark, it's a good bloomer. They don't skip the year, okay? And the very fragrance. So this is perfect for under light. If you get under jet light, windowsill, you have a lot of choice. And then, so unless you have to, this is not the time to do any repotting, okay? Unless you are in the greenhouse. But I usually, this is red apple, another nice one. When they finish flower, even though it's outside the pot, I just leave it alone, because even you go under light, okay, because right now even under light you probably want to cut down from 16 hours to 12 hours, okay, to give the plant a sense of temperature change, a seasonal change. So do not repot it unless you have to, or if the plant totally rotted, so you just bare-root them, hand them up like this, upside down them, and then wait, and then just mix the leaf and the shoot until springtime to do it. So very simple on your fall blooming fall and winter. Do your house cleaning, cut off all the old spike, and enjoy the flower, because even is spring and fall is the season flower. Even if they not flower, it's not the variety that flower right now in the fall. They are getting ready to setting the flower for the spring, okay? Because the temperature change, daylight getting shorter. They tell the plant, inside the plant, the growth hormone to changes. So this, even though in the winter time you still need to use Mega Thrive, because they are setting down the hormonal inside between the male and hormone. Male is the oxygen for the leaf. Female is the cytokinin for the flower and the stem. So right now they kind of, in the summertime, the male hormone going to be increased, oxygen. That's why you need more nitrogen for the growth, vegetative growth. So internally they go this ebb and flow. So this is why a lot of people say, well, they're not in flower right now. Why should I feed them? Or it's so cold. Well, guess what? As long as there's light, they still do photosynthesis. It's a different degree, but internally they still changing they have internal chemistry. They are changing to set the flower spike for the following spring. So if you have a cold weather, you can if you go in a moss is so wet, but all you have to do is just what we call the foliar feeding. Okay, you're not wetting the moss, but you actually foliar feeding, and my fertilizer is wonderful for foliar feeding. Yes, Andrew?
I heard a lot about like for me growing outdoors, cattleya, just let them dry.
Yes.
So how dry? It was pretty dry for me last year, and it seems to be okay. But how dry do you let it cool
That's a
down.
very good question. Cattleyas better dry because a lot of time, for example, your dryness is good because when it's cold, guess what? They don't need that much water. It's actually you are doing more damage by adding water. So if you're in Florida, you know, you have a constant rain. This is why a lot of time too much rain can be a problem. That's why people in Florida always put in a basket so they can, when it rains, they can drain out faster. The Cattleya, luckily they have this what we call the suitable. They store a lot of water. You let them dry as long as the new suitable is not shrink, it's not give you that stuff. The back will always give you this wrinkle. As long as the new growth, the current year's growth is not so dry, they are shriveled, you okay. But leaving them dry or leaving on the dry side is also one way to encourage flower for stress, you know, to do that.
Jamie,
Okay.
did you have a question?
Norman, when we go to orchid shows,
Yes.
there's always these oversized 8-inch or 10-inch cattleyas with lots and lots of plants and pseudomonas in it,
Yeah.
but no sign of ever bloom. And I always try to explain to people that to beware, either it will not bloom.
Oh yeah. If you, that's just very simple. I was at Fort Lauderdale show 1 year, and then one of these vendor was selling the bandages. We're not kidding, 5 feet tall, beautiful root, and then never flower, and he sold it really cheap. Now, one of my mentors in Orchid, he said, Norman, Ernest Hamilton, he said, Norman, is somebody selling orchid really cheap? You know, we know how much time and to let it produce it. You always ask, what's wrong? When the vanda was this 5 feet tall, never flower, they may be the back crosses. They're bad. They genetically, they may be tissue culture, they clone, and they get, you know, they mutated. If a 5 feet tall never flower, even in Thailand, you ask what's wrong. Okay, so this is the trick you use. For example, when you buy, you don't have to worry about the clone. The clone is a proven variety. But if you buy hybrid Cattleyas, for example, in a 6-inch pot, and depend on the genetic, most of them should be flowered by 6-inch pot, even for big Cattleyas. Then you don't want to pick that plant. Because a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, oh, I want bigger the better. No. They may be genetically, because they're from seed, they have variation. Especially with Cattleya, they might be dominated by one of the ancestors, or they just a right genetic combination. So when you buy seeding at a show, always buy the one that has the strongest ball. Doesn't mean the biggest plant is better. So avoid that. Okay? And just be a more educated consumer. And a lot of time, it doesn't hurt. That's why you go to my website. We try to do a lot of description, especially on the species. We tell them where they come from, the genetic, and or if it's a hybrid, maybe what some of the lecture, what some of the stuff you need to watch out, because we are the one that know the plant. Or if it's not a hybrid or our creation, we always try to get as much information from the creator. For example, so this is what, you know, half of this is Toshi Oki, you know, very famous from Miyamoto. Is one my good friend from Hawaii. So I know the top parent, so it's heat tolerance, and ask as much information. I don't care whether it's at the orchid show or online. Is a good nurseryman on the website. They should spend the time, especially on the website, because you're not printing the book. You have all this space. You should write as much information. It's a service to your customer. Okay, but if at the orchid show, if the vendor cannot even tell you the information, because you probably know there are a lot of what I call the vendor, is what we call the jobber. They just buy in. It's a weekend show. On Monday, they have a regular job. Unlike we make a living, this is what I do. So we're very professional. So I'm very serious about information, got the right information. This is why I'm doing this podcast, to educate you. Okay, I'm not saying I'm always right, but I think with my background, with the plant physiology, tissue culture, and my information on judging. I've been in the judging, American Orchid Society judging system since I was 20 years old. I'm one of the oldest accredited judge in my region. I got accredited in 1996. So I've been in the judging system in American Orchid Society for 30 years, even though I don't 60 years old. No, but I do have lots to offer. So by all means, use this format in my page. Post picture. A lot of time, don't PM me, don't messenger me. Don't be shy. This is nobody gonna mad at you, make fun of you. If a one-to-one, if you post a question on the page, everybody can learn. Sometimes I'm not the all expert, but there are some people who have more experience. For example, there are more people who have more understanding on going on the light. So they might have more particle suggestion on the line. That way, everybody can learn, and we can all excel and grow as a group. Okay, but give miniature cattleya a try. Try the more modern. Don't try some of the one that the older variety that the Andrews has struggled for 5 years. If it's just me, I cannot afford to hand on print for 5 years. This is the first one I use. You should see my trash can. Every fall season we have trash. Some plants just genetically have issue. Okay.
No, I flowered it before.
Yes. I believe you. 5 years ago. So what happened is the plant probably got some kind of disease. Okay, and that's why Megadrive will help you. Okay, to get it stronger. And it's coming back. It's coming. I see the growth.
So.
Okay, but that's what happened with the cattleya on orchid. Once you got the stress, and it's picked twice as much or 5 times the effort when it back up again.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Andrew, for bringing it here. So this is wonderful. So we can see what people really grow, and he grew this outdoor, no greenhouse. It's perfect. Okay, so for the miniature, for myself, I still grew a lot in the moss, and because the moss is orchid commercial nursery is going to use the orchid media best for his greenhouse. Okay, so
it's a very
you can always change to do your own mix, but if you get in the mix from Orchid from me, if you want to repot them, don't do it. I think there's a website in here. She proclaimed that when people got the orchid, you got to repot it right away. Please do not do that. Please do not do that. The plant is shipping, they have stress already. The worst thing you want to do is adding more stress, and especially this is the winter time. Okay, do not if you got it in the moss from me, just don't water them. The moss is wet. Okay, so a lot of time I can, if you're not sure, you can also put it in the clay pot. Clay pot is also going to dry out the media faster. But if you go under light, moss is wonderful because they don't dry out as fast. Okay, so make your own judgment because everybody has different. Or you can punch hole and make it drier. Okay.
A member of the audience has a question again.
Okay.
Norman, I noticed that not only do they repot too soon, but they repot way too big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would rather if they see us come in a 3-inch, go to a 3-inch. Please don't go to a 5-inch.
Yeah.
And then, then I was on it to try to help this member, and it became like 15 texts, which I don't mind. But then we can avoid double damaging the root system
That's why
twice.
that's a good question. That's why we don't sell pot orchid by the pot size. This is in the 3-inch pot, 3.5-inch pot, not even 4-inch. Okay. But if I tell you, I call this is a 4-inch pot. You pot in the regular concept, oh, that's too small. But this is a 4-inch pot, but it's in the moss. Not every, so we identify by maturity of the plant, okay? But the physiology of the plant, of the root system, very different when you go in the moss versus in the bark. Remember, bark always dry out in between. So the moss is moist. So the plant itself doesn't need to have a massive root like in the bark. Because the bark dry up so fast in between. So you tell the plant that I need to have more root. So you're gonna have a massive root. That's why, and versus orchid in the moss. This is why sometimes I like the orchid in the moss.
Do you have a preference for the mini cats, either bark or moss?
Right now, okay, picture this.
Does it matter if it's indoors or outdoors?
The last couple of weeks, the whole summer, because of climate changes, if I did not change it into the moss, okay, I cannot grow as beautiful orchid as I can do right now in the moss if I go in the bark, because I will have to water them 3 times a week.
What is your opinion of agromine in lacquer?
Huh?
Agromine in those beads?
The one that from the hydroponic stuff.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't like it.
Okay.
Because if you but depend on your water. Hydroponic, the rock, people get it from IKEA. I would not use it alone. People, they saw the idea, or even lava rock, or you don't have ever repotted rock. Those are the even worse, because the lava rock or those at least with the bark, with the moss, it's easier for us to leach. They have so much core space. The salt, even pitting or rotting the bacteria, can stay inside. It's very hard to leach out.
Oh, okay.
So I would, but they use it for hydroponic. Maybe it will go for you in one area on the light. But I see more benefit. Some people use the moss and add some of those rocks to get more airspace.
That's what I do.
Yeah, but using 100% can be a problem. Maybe in the 80s, they saw, remember the rock wool?
Yeah.
Oh my God, don't do it. I tried it. I'm always the first person. I always try something new. But rock wool, might coming back again, but do not use it, because rock wool is actually very similar to the insulation they use on the roof. Okay, very dangerous because you don't want to breathe into it. Secondly, rock wool is also for hydroponic. But for example, my water here is high pH, 8.5 and up. What happens with rock wool is high pH, the water on the rock wool. Guess what? After 6 months, the rock wool, it becomes almost like concrete. You cannot even water it to penetrate down. So it does not work for me in West Coast. Okay, but again, you always need to understand your water quality. If you have well water, you better to get some of the water analysis of your well water. You might have a lot of mineral, for example. Enormous orchid. Jamie gave you a tour earlier. Everything here is tap water. Well, if I cannot grow here, I do not want to grow here. That's why I don't grow a lot of fancy stuff. Because if anything out of here's house, it can grow at your house with tap water because they're used to it. Okay, so they're not coming from a nursery, for example, have fanciest system, all water. They even radiate, kill all the bacteria in the water. But then when they go to your house, guess what? You don't have all this fancy system. Then the plant gonna have problem. That's not my philosophy of growing orchid. I want the orchid. That's why I don't spray fungicide here. guess what? If they don't make it here, they don't make it here. So I have some people say, oh no, some of your orchids so expensive. Guess what? I done 20% of the stuff. Genetically, they're weak. They don't have pesticide. They don't have fungicide. Guess what? I'm screening them naturally. So when they leave here, that's why I'm trying to teach you how the preventative program versus trying to use lots of stuff. Okay, because when I was in school, you know, and you grow poinsettia, for example, or African violet, they have a recipe. You get a cutting. The first week you drench with benra. The second week you do this chemical. Oh my God! By the end of 4 months, you know that poinsettia, it has so much chemical. Personally, I don't even touch it because they coat it with so much stuff there. And then, for example, you know, people that do have not off the subject, do not put cuff dendrobium on your food plate, especially if not on your own flower. Most of the cuff dendrobium are imported from Thailand. Okay, though, and I know I've been there because they have so much fungus because so high in Thailand. Some of them spray them every other day on the fungi on the flower, so they don't get botrytis. So do not put that dendrobium onto your food plate, for example, unless it's your own. Or you're gonna put eatable pansy, grow your own pansy. You're gonna eat pansy flower, okay? It's just a lot of stuff. What's going on behind the scene at what we call the commercial production? You'd be scared. Okay, all right. So this is it. Don't get me started, but you should spend more time grooming your plant. That I think with Andrew plant, cutting out the spikes. Fall and winter is time to. This is what we do. We strip off. Okay, that way the plant is prettier. And then not only that, we cut with a suitable like this. When I spray Mega Drive, when I spray fertilizer, they can pick it up from the leaf. Okay. If you spray pesticide with the sheet, it's to protect the sheet. Initial is to protect the suitable from pests, insect scrub. But once they become mature, they don't have protections, the insect purpose anymore. But they become an area for insect to hide inside. Or if you spray pesticide, most of the pesticide are systematic. They cannot even penetrate from the old sheet. So it's such a good practice to clean it this way. Okay. Any more questions before we get into the good part? I think Brian is really dying to show us the show and tell.
Yay. What are we talking next week?
We're going to do the standard cattleya.
Oh, okay.
See, this week is on the miniature cattleya, and the standard is one of my specialty, and a lot of interesting stuff.
So can I bring mine?
Sure. Why not? What's that? Okay, Brian. But,
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
okay. For those are new, this is Norman Smith, and this is the one project we've been doing. It's just by pinch out one flower, and it's stretching again. So I think we're gonna maybe hopefully we get to a 5-inch, 6-inch flower. But this is what we call disbudding.
And it's been there for.
Oh, this is a new one.
Right? Oh, it's a new one.
This is a new one. This is not the small one. So this is the new one we did. So this whole plant like this is going to support just one flower, so it's stretching.
It's been there for at least a month, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so I really like this miniature. This is one of our best sellers for twice a year. It's called Red Apple. And again, it's proven. I will sell this at the Tamiyamashi in Florida. It's do wonderful. Again, this is what a good sign. I say it's a good bloomer. Every shoot here, see here? Every shoot have flower. That's a good sign of good bloomer. Pretty much, if it go through my screening process, I usually don't not carry it in a miniature cat. The modern cat, for me, it got to flower twice a year. If you don't flower twice a year, it has no place in anybody's modern collection because, face it, cattleya kind of ugly without flower. the rest of the year, and they don't flower as long as Phalaenopsis. So stay focused on the Cattleya, or whether it's mini or the standard, more free blooming as possible, because that my previous talk before, a lot of older standard Cattleya are bred for cut flower, so they more focused on the production of the flower count. But I was a friend with Hauserman, one of the George Hauserman. They're one time with the biggest cup Cattleya in Midwest, and I saw the some of the pink one. The print was this big. Before flower, the print is this big. I said, who can afford? Who can put it as a house plant? Yeah. All right. So, oh, shoot. There's two of the Phalaenopsis and compact, and I have you want to get this color because I have less than 50 print in the bench right now. It's a beautiful pumpkin color. Okay, heavy flower substance. You put it outside, got diamond dust texture. And this is one of my Mr. Huang Liulin Hybrid. I love this one. It's one of the new Bigfoot, but with novelty. So flower substance is incredible. Compact leaf. Okay, so you don't have, so the flowers never get big. Compact, good for under light or windowsill, right? Oh, and I don't have a picture yet. It just released today. The number. This is actually the LC Amethyst. It's Lydia Preparata by Brasso Vala Cuculata. If you live in Florida, this will be good for mounted, and they just come down here. And heat and cold tolerance. One of them is Preparata, Lydia Preparata, and the other one is Brasso Vala. Okay.
So would it look like something like that?
Yes, but bigger, because the Kakuraba is huge. So there's a picture on the website we just released today. So grab it, look at the root system. Okay, good for mounted too. And then can go outside. Okay, okay. This is for Sunny. I think Sunny's been one of this. This is my Chalwusia. Wonderful Chalwusia. The beautiful print. Chalwusia, don't let the leaf confuse you. The leaf might look solid green, but this is not a cool grower. This does not need to have cold temperature at night to induce flower like some of the complex. This is actually more grown at Maori type, the variegated leaf. And but look at the soil, the leaf. The leaf is very ornamental. And the size like this, multiple growth. Okay, the colder the temperature, the darker the leaf. So we have one fresh, I think 2 months ago, and Elaine got one. So we have another fresh coming for the winter time. And Chalwusia, if you like the big glossy lady zipper and with a nice ornamental leaf. Look at the leaf. This is a good one to have. And oh, okay, this is the one I've been talking about earlier from Japan. The heat tolerance is red, okay, and get it now because they are all in sheet right now, and they have multiple grow. So even for Christmas, the next grow before Valentine's Day. So it's called Red Lantern. And we the only one have this in the United States. We import this, and we have a really good supply, and everybody should have this one. This is the best modern red mini cat. Okay. And another oldie, but we actually brought this back again. This is
nice.
This is my chrome. Yeah, we registered Montclair with City of Montclair Valentine. Piketty, I got an HCC AOS. Wonderful. Look at the shape. AM quality, the Piketty shape. About 35 print left now because we don't do a lot of them because we cannot do too many of them because these are Piketty. They sometimes they have mutation. So what? Look how wonderful the leaf, the root, and the stem. A lot of branching habit. They're compact. And Green Genie, I want to show this again because somehow they just love the heat. Believe it or not, they have Cattleyas bicolor in the background. And this one will show you a mature plant can get about this tall and up to 12 flowers on them. So, but the flowers small. They just cute as button. Okay. And the flower usually lasts about 6 to 8 weeks. Fail. Oh. Ooh. Okay. You want to check out the foliage. Check out the picture on the website. We sold up this spring 50 plants in 2 weeks, but we got another batch. And check out the flower. It's rock. It's like brick red. And what even more like about is the foliage. The plants stay very compact, and this is why I do a lot of, when I clone the plant, not just the flower, but the presentation of the foliage got to be disciplined and perfect for windowsill on the light. Okay, so they're not that you all novelty red, like the leaf gotta be this big and the flower this small. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. No, this is another new one. Very similar to the one that Andrew have. Andrew, let me show you.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, this is what Andrews have on the Akrandia Hybrid. Okay, this is the newer version. Okay, they're more compact. You see the you see type and breeding.
It's spotted.
Spotted. Okay, so this is why the new breeding is and this is the first bloom, the 2 flower. Check out the picture on the website. It's an Akrandia. If you like spotted, heavy substance, this is the half, and the flower can carry up to 6 flowers and a cluster. So I just noticed that when I walk in the greenhouse, I said, "Wow, they flower again, because we had such a hot weather this year. They support the flower, the plant this size supposed to flower next spring, but they just do it."
I think I actually have that one.
Yeah, Monet. Yeah, we carried this for several years. This is actually Cattleyas, straight Cattleyas Monet Arrogant.
It's pink with dots.
Yeah, and pink with dot. And the other parent is Cattleyas Integrassa, and Integrassa give a lot of flower. Okay. I'm sorry. And when I show you 2 dendrobium, mini dendrobium, this, okay, is Dendrobium purpurata, but this is the alba form. Okay, so those of you live in Florida, you have to have you probably have this, but the alba form is quite rare, but wonderful to grow under light also.
What's the color?
Greenish white, no spot at all, and just love the heat, Okay, and it's another dendrobium. Andrew was asking me earlier. This one seems always in flower. We have a good show. They always this is what we call sequential. Look at they have flower in the summer here, and the flower smell the jasmine. So you can go them with your Cattleyas. They're from New Guinea, Philippines. Stay small, sequential flower. So if you go under light, this is perfect. Always in flower. And look at it. The new growth coming up for next year. So you have a nice compact and bushy plant.
And you said it does not require.
It doesn't require cold temperature. You just go them with your regular Cattleyas. Perfect for indoor, but it's not hardy. It's not hardy because they're from Philippines and New Guinea area. All right. Yes, Annabelle.
I like that sound.
Scary. Okay, not in flower yet, but this is the perfect stage. Get them in. If you like something for Halloween flower, this is yellow and red, splash. Very heavy substance, compact, multi-flower. Cream Beauty is a Beauty Hybrid, so a heavy substance. I don't have it in flower, but If I wait until everything flower, everything will be gone. But this is the stage. If you order this week, the stage we're gonna ship in. This will be perfect for Halloween color. Okay, and they flower twice a year, spring and fall. And then this is for Crystal. That one's adorable. Crystal, this is the big lip. Okay. This is what I call the Christmas. This is actually a little bit of Christmas color. Harlequin with a big foot. And the flower lasts a long time. Believe it or not, they have another jacket here in the background. And this is jacket here, but this is Alba. They have this in the background. 5 generations back. Look at the substance on them. Touch of flower. You want to see this because by tonight we're gonna make. My assistant Brian gonna have make a lot of sex with this. We're gonna make a lot of hybrid with it.
It's gonna be busy.
Brian, I hope you have rest.
Okay. And this is new. We don't repeat ourselves a lot, but this is one of my favorite. Every 5 years, I will always bring this back again, and then maybe a couple hundred print only, and down to about 100 print. This is Brother Okani, and this is probably the best novelty red onto of multi-floral phalaenopsis. So you got the waxies. The only thing is they don't have fragrance, but they get the substance, heavy substance from the novelty. The flower comes from the marvelous. So here you go. The best one for this is gonna flower all the way into Christmas. So get them out. Get a couple of them. You want one for gift too. Anyone? Oh, gotta get an orange one. Yeah, golden sensation. Okay,
Oh,
we have this for a long time, but this one always love it.
I love that one.
Yeah, this is small. Look at the size. The flower come in. They call spring and fall, and they also grow outdoor. By the way, 1 year, I have a heat wave in the springtime, so they too early. So for orchid show, so I just leave it outside and I thought, okay, let's take a chance on that. The temperature dropped to 40 degrees, doesn't hurt them. Amazing part, even though this has Cattleyas Akrandia in the background, this is a variety golden sensation, and this is the plant in the spring will be a cluster. This is the small flower right now, but usually the next grow will be about 6 to 8 cluster. Stay compact. So if you like orange flower, and I'm just happy because I've been testing them, and this year I got actually timing for Valentine for the Halloween for orange.
So we do like spring and fall?
Yes, this one they guarantee you, and this in my California spring and fall. I usually have it for March for open house in the fall. Hey. Oh, Dr. Shino is done already. Okay. Oh, the last one. And this is part very similar. This is one of the smallest. I sold out all the other one of the red, but this is probably our smallest miniature red right now. Little fireball, and this is half Cassinia in the background. But this is actually a lot more warm tolerance, big flowers. So you can take a picture from the website. Again, that's it. This is probably the smallest red miniature cattleya in my collection. All right. That's it. It might be the last one. Oh, this is red apple. We had red apple earlier. Okay, so this is here, the red apple. Again, flower twice a year. They come in the sheet again. And this is red apple, every shoot flower this year. We we always have this. If they flower for Mother's Day, they can flower for now. I know customer on my in Gainesville or Norton, they can up to 3 times a year. But even under light too. So it's wonderful to have a nice teacup size. Okay, let me give this one again. For those like, I think we showed this last week, but if you join us, this is the miniature mendacious, have fragrance. See, this is the fall. It's okay, the leaf, but the spike is coming. Okay, this is Akrandia Gigantea Hybrid, and with horticulture, but this is the miniature. If you don't have space for regular Akrandia Gigantea because the big plant, this is something small and very fragrant for under light also.
What color is that?
Huh?
What color is that?
That is creamy white with pink lip, and it's really fragrant and can go outside. It can go outside. They take the call. So I thank you very much for today. Make sure you feed them, make a dry them every other week. Feed them. What's this?
It's already gone, but you can show it and tell. I already sold it. This is Norman's pick.
Okay, so what I've been come to a conclusion, compromise with Jamie. Instead of fighting, let's say Jamie, stay out of my greenhouse tent. Every week at the podcast, I'm gonna allocate maybe 5 plant or 10 up to 10 plant from my reserve bench, and I call it Norman's pick. And this is one of them that is sold already. It is sold already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who.
Because I have a lot of customers. Maybe they are judges, or they are grooming the plant. When the pandemic is over, but next year when the show is over, when the show is come back again, you want something that you can show for judging or get a trophy. So this is something that if you go to, let's say, Tamiami show in January, you can easily get the best Phalaenopsis or blue ribbon.
Stop shaking.
And look at the form. Okay, this is flower. Only some of the best of the best. Well, when I said Norman's pick, I changed my eyeglasses with the judge's eye. Okay, so this is the queen of the crop. Look at this.
I think the color is.
The size, the form.
It's just still opening. It's very full.
It's not even open yet. Full open yet.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
Fragrant, right?
Yeah, and it's the shape and
So
it's perfect.
Look
Absolutely
for
perfect.
Norman's pick.
Yeah. This went to Jamie's jumpers client because I'm getting to know everybody. Instead of everybody fighting, sometimes I just release it to you privately. Grab it. I know it's not fair, but hey, life is a bitch.
Oh, this is what happened. I'm a horticulture. She's a business major. You can tell. Okay, so thank you very much. So next week we're gonna do the fall and winter culture on the standard cattleyas, and that's one of my favorite topic. And so stay tuned. And Andrew's gonna put more of his fabulous cattleyas next week. Okay.
I'll clean them first.
No, you don't have to clean it. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
That was great.
Hey, that one.